Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. My god, what a palaver getting this video set up. The usual thing, cats interrupting. So I've had to lock them out. I've given them some biscuits and locked them out so I can get some peace while I do this video. As soon as I come in here, straight up on the table, give me fuss, give me fuss. You're not taking attention to me, you're looking at the camera. That's the sort of thing that goes on. Right, anyway, we're back to another beer review now. It's Tuesday afternoon. Now, I worked Monday daytime, 7 till 4, and circumstances changed that I actually went back in last night, which was Monday night, at 10:30 to work through till half 5, I think it was, 6 o'clock this morning. So I've done double shift, that's why I'm off today. And we are looking at a beer from my local brewery, Stonehouse. Now, I've had it on tap. It's gone in bottles. It's been in a bottle for a week or so, or 2 weeks, but they changed their label supplier, so they've been waiting on the labels. The label turned up. They've been put on. The post went up about, I don't know, 2 hours ago, hour and a half ago, and there was Baz like a shot straight down there getting some beer in. So the beer we are looking at in this one is a bottle of their Road Trip, and it's a hazy pale ale, though they are saying it on the back that it's a NEPA. So yeah, Road Trip, hazy pale ale, New England, coming in at 5.2%, 500ml bottle. Now, I bought this, I actually bought 2 cases of this. Some of them are going to be sent off, and I also bought a case of another beer, and some of them will be sent off. Normally it's been 24 quid, but it's gone up. Looks like it's gone up £1.50 for a case of 12, which is nothing. Still comes in at £2.12 a bottle. So still an absolute steal. New branding as well, that sort of side of it. The artwork on the label is lovely. 500ml bottle, yeah. On the back, hazy vegan New England IPA, dry hopped with Eldorado, Nelson Sauvin. Aroma is tropical fruit, grape and a resinous back note. And that's it, and then it has their address on there. So best before date is the 10th of this year. So yeah, let's get it cracked open and see what we get. I've been dying to get hold of this. They do some cracking beers. It's lovely on tap. Be interesting to see what the bottle's like. It's going in the Stonehouse sidelines glass, 2.5 minutes in. I'm going to try and be quick with this one. So let's get cracking. Lovely bit of smoke on the opening there. Ew, looks very murky. Well, I've had that before. Look at that. Looks absolutely beautiful, to be honest. Now, there is a little bit left in the bottle. I did have the bottle upside down, so I probably stirred up some of the stuff. So yeah, when you look at it, it's very much a sort of, it's almost burnt orange looking, marmalade looking, if you like, very murky. You could almost say dishwater as well. But it does look very much sort of New England style. Not so much of the vibrant colour, but more of a dull sort of colour. I'm not seeing any carbonation going up. There's no sort of light coming through there at all. We've got a lovely, just over a finger of compact white head. It looks nice and fluffy. It looks very inviting. So I'm going to stop waffling. Let's dive in with the nose and see what we get. Oh yeah, it smells lovely. I tell you, it smells very different though as well. I always find that the bottles can be very different. But yeah, there's a resinous, pine resinous. Grapefruit, hoppy. Yeah, tropical note. I mean, that's exactly what they said, isn't it, on the back? Tropical fruit, grape and a resinous back note. Yeah, and there is a pine resinous sort of thing going on. And you do get the tropical notes. It's stone fruit as well. And I don't think I would have picked up on the grape unless I'd seen the label and knew it was in there. But there is this subtle sort of light grape aroma. But what it does smell is absolutely bloody fantastic. So let's get the rest out of the bottle. I'm going to give it a swirl, see if we can get it looking any murkier. I think there's a few clusters that are dropped in there. There's still a little bit left in there as well. So let's dive in. First review, I believe, as well, of Stonehouse Brewery's Road Trip. Hazy Pale Ale, New England IPA, 5.2%. Cheers, everyone. Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Fantastic. Where do I start with it? Right. It does actually taste to me slightly different from the tap one. But we'll go on with this one for now. Decent body for 5.2%. Almost creamy with this lovely head on it. It's got very much a sort of dank feel as well on the taste. Decent body, smooth, creamy, minimal carbonation. And lovely and soft as you drink it. We'll get onto the flavours now. It's very drinkable as well. Yeah, there is some major lumps going in there then. We've got all the bits in there, I think. I'm certain there's going to be a couple of lumperoonies landing at the bottom there. But on the taste, for me, it's very much a sort of dank sort of bitterness. Now, sometimes I can never kind of describe this, but funny enough, on the box that this come in, there was a little bit of a description on the label. And it said about a couple of things, and gooseberry was mentioned. Now, I'm wondering if this is sort of like a gooseberry bitterness sort of thing that I'm getting from it. I say smooth, creamy, hoppy. The hoppy taste is sort of, it's there, and it is there big in flavour, but it's not an overpowering hoppiness. Flavours you get, well, at the moment on the back end there, I'm getting a very big sort of pine resinous sort of bitterness. Could be the gooseberry sort of thing as well going on. Yeah, so hoppy, slightly sweet, tropical notes, stone fruit in there, which is something you'd associate with a New England IPA. Dank, musty almost, pine, resinous. There is a bitterness there. The sweet sort of side of it is there at the start for me, and the bitterness sort of really starts to sort of take over, and the more you drink it, the more sort of that bitterness you get. A real sort of, you know what I'm saying, pine resinous. Yes, you get that. You sort of get a grapefruit bitterness to it as well. It could be maybe gooseberry as well. I'm not up on my gooseberry, so I don't really know. 5.2%. On the bitterness, I say the more you drink it, on the bitterness side, it feels sort of 5.2%. But when you're drinking it, again, body is really good for 5.2%, but taste-wise, nothing's overpowering. It is literally, really the big thing is that bitterness on the back end. And it's quite a strong bitterness, and it says Hazy Pale Ale in New England. New England, I didn't think New England's was supposed to be maybe as bitter. Certainly as a West Coast, they're supposed to be on the sweeter side, but this does have quite a big bitterness. So I suppose if you were going to be picky, you could say, well, the bitterness on the back end is a little bit maybe too much for a New England, but I've had New Englands with big bitternesses in there. But this, yeah, it's another belter from Stonehouse. Different to the tap. For me, it's got different sort of things. So comparing it to the tap, very interesting. The tap one seems to be a lot more sort of vibrant in colour, whereas this doesn't. This seems a little bit darker, but that could be me, just different lights and what have you. It does feel a little bit darker and sort of mustier and danker. Body-wise, I think the tap is slightly sort of fuller, maybe feels it, and it maybe feels a little bit sweeter. But that could be the bottling process for this. But overall, Stonehouse have knocked it out the park again with their Road Trip New England IPA. Is it as good as their Samsara? Now that came out that wasn't long ago, that one. That was 5%. I'm not sure of the hops in that one. Probably different hops as well. But yeah, I think their Samsara, personally for me, was better. But this is a mighty fine beer. There you go. Stonehouse Brewery Road Trip Hazy Pale / New England IPA. Brilliant beer. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. So if you're local to Oswestry in Shropshire, go into Stonehouse Brewery, give them some support. They do some great beers. And that's it, yeah. If you've had the beer before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.